Hey there, and welcome to Saloon Space. I didn't plan to start putting this on YouTube so fast, but upcoming UK Speed Week is the perfect time to start with a bang, with the biggest stock car weekend of the year coming up, and some very exciting news coming with it. Starting with last week's results, go a nice easy one with just 5 cars up at Crimmond. Newly crowned Scottish champion 600 Barry Russell swept all 3 races, and that's about all worth saying. This week we have a 3-day weekend at Skegness for UK Speed Week. This one is always a highlight of the year and never one to miss. Tickets are still available at the Skegness website. Live stream will also be available, but only on the Saturday and Sunday at 247 TV. Bookings are limited to 89 cars with a reserve list. This is one of the few times we get to see some of the Dutch and Northern Irish drivers in mainland UK, although we do only get 2 of the former and 4 of the latter. We do miss defending UK champion 618 Stuart Sheville Jr. He won't be able to make it due to injuries sustained in the British Championship a few weeks ago. What we do have, however, is a certain name that we'll cover in the big news section later in the video, so stick around for that. Weather for the weekend looks to be warm and comfortable in the mid to low 20s during the day, dropping to around 15 as you go later into Thursday and Saturday night, with low chances of rain over the whole weekend. The Tank Tools Champions Challenge is an important part of the pre-meeting on the Saturday of the UK Speed Weekend, where the 3 world champions of F1s, F2s and Saloons drive hot laps in each other's cars and compare times at the end of it. 389 Ryan Santry represents the Saloons and will take the Champions Challenge for the first time against Tom Harris in the F1s and Gordon Moody in the F2s. Both of these two have done this multiple times already, so Ryan is seriously disadvantaged in that aspect, but it's all in good fun and it's not nothing serious. Predictions for the UK Championship is always a hard one with the numbers we get for this weekend every year. I'm glad I get to pick 4 cars rather than just one. This championship is always one of the most competitive. It's only ever been defended on 2 occasions by world champion Eddie Darby in 2013 and Conrad Self in 1991. We have 5 past winners of the title booked in this weekend, including 2-time winner 116 Diggy Smith. Granted, they were 19 years apart. He's old, but he's still a top name in the sport. He recently failed to defend his English championship, but I think he can definitely replace it with the UK. I mean, it was just a few weeks ago that he stuck it on pole for the British at Cowden Beef. I think he has a decent shot. I also think 577 Harry Darby could be looking good for this. The Darby family have always been good at Skegness. Eddie won it, and Warren won it. It's just a matter of time until Harry can lift the trophy too. He even managed to lead last year's race for just a few meters between turn 4 and the start finish line. That did come before getting spun in the next lap and going on an incredible recovery drive from the back up to ninth. 715 Kyle Haig is someone who sounds mental to bring up, but he knows how to drive it around Skegness. I didn't initially have him written down until grade changes came out for July, and I saw him move down to blue. I think this could be the perfect small boost to get Kyle scoring qualifying points and get him up the grid to take it to the big boys. Finally, we all knew 720 Archie Brown would be here. I just left him till last to keep you watching. This guy is just amazing on tarmac. What else can I say? I will allow myself one honourable mention because there is a good chance, but I'm just not confident enough to put this one in the actual list. I probably sound like a broken record putting 68 Charlie Burgoyne's name into every prediction on Twitter so far. I just see a lot in him. Only starting in October last year, he's only in his first full year, but he has made a brilliant impression. That isn't just at Cowden Beef either, it's tarmac as a whole. He has shown that he can win at Skegness in the Chris Murphy Memorial earlier this year. But that was only from blue and on a track not nearly as crowded. This guy will win championships, but I just don't think this will be the one. And for the news, a few interesting bits this week, but biggest of all, I teased it earlier in the video, Tom Harris, six-time Bristol Formula One world champion, will be triple time in this weekend. He will race his own F1 alongside Rob Speak's F2 and Stuart Shovel Jr.'s saloon. His saloon number, according to the booking list, will be 814, his regular 84, of course, already taken by Carl Boswell. Some have questioned the fairness in him being allowed to do this while 291 Charlie Tomlin, an actual F2 and saloon double timer, was forced to choose which he would prefer to race this weekend. I personally agree that we should challenge the fairness, but I also see how it would be brilliant for advertising this weekend to an F1 crowd that are otherwise not really catered to. This is a weekend typically dominated by an F2 crowd. Saloons get their own big races too, but F1s are only here in support. Having the top man racing in other stuff is a good way to give those F1 fans something to come for and something to be excited about. Tyre troubles are showing as a handful of drivers have had worries about running out of fresh rubber. Between discontinuations and delayed shipments, those who typically don't carry quite as much stock might be disadvantaged going into this weekend and the European Championship at Taunton in a few weeks. Some predict this could have an effect as late as the World Cup at Venray in the middle of August. Domestic meetings may suffer as drivers preserve what they have until new shipments come in. But the news still gets worse as an announcement comes out for the sudden passing of 1989 world champion 156 Ray Goudy. The belief is that he left us peacefully in his sleep. The stock car family's thoughts are with the Goudys in this tough time, but also the Patersons. Current 156 Darren Goudy won't be the only one racing this week, having lost a family member. 622 Gary Paterson has also lost ORC mini stock 629 Kerr Paterson, who tragically died in a car accident on Sunday at just 17 years old. To finish on a lighter note, some track resurfacing has gone on at Skegness in preparation for this weekend. I only have this one image coming from their Facebook page where they look to be focusing on turns 1 and 2 as well as any major damages in the track. I'm very excited to see how this affects the racing over the weekend. Just quickly, while I was throwing this together, ready to post later on, I was just absent-mindedly scrolling through Facebook, and we have a new car coming out. This will come on Thursday for 329 Keegan Sampson. Now, the wing, I'll be honest, it's not my favorite thing. I'll be honest. But as I look at it more and more, I do hate it slightly less. Although I do prefer how it looks without the wing. Although I do always forget just how shiny saloons can be when they first come out. I feel like they should do a practice session where they intentionally scuff them up. I don't like how they look clean. That is though all I have for this week. I'll see you next week with a review of the weekend and a preview for next week where a new track in the southwest set to host saloons for its first time. Enjoy Skegness, I know I will too, and I'll see you soon.